D-Major, baby.
Yo, GG, turn it up.
They don't love me like they say they do. So I got a frozen heart. Stabbed in the back so many times, I got so many scars. Gotta keep your head up in these streets, you gotta play it smart. Don't let them tell you it's easy, so they don't love me like they say they do. So now my heart froze, showing nothing but love, still got my heart broke. Can't hold on to that pain, you gotta let it go. Know who gon' really ride, only God knows. They did me wrong so many times, I had to separate. Took me some time, at first I couldn't see that they was fake. See you when you talk behind your back, but smile up in your face. You gotta cut the grass low so you can see the stain. Back up with my dog, over the petty shit. One was by the bitch, the other one was about the man. Digits, we let it get too far, ain't no way we can fix it. And I know you think I changed and I've been acting different, but I'm just on a mission to get us out the trenches. Crazy you wanna see me dead, I wanna see you winning, and I don't wanna talk, I'd rather keep love me like they say they do. So I got a frozen heart, stabbed in the back so many times, I got so many scars. Gotta keep your head up in these streets, you gotta play it smart. Don't let them tell you it's easy, so they don't love me like they say they do. So now my heart froze, showing nothing but love, still got my heart broke. Can't hold on to that pain, you gotta let it go. Know who gon' really ride, only God knows. I put my heart in the music with this shit, keep it in rap. Tryna move my family out the hood and put my game on the map. I tried to put these niggas on and I got stabbed in my back. I can't talk to nobody, I put it all on my track. Don't you ever switch up for that cheese, that's what rats do. Don't you ever disrespect my gang, that's a bad move. Forever I got your back, you just know I got a back too. And I did a lot of bad things, but I ain't no bad dude. Ain't nobody real, I can't tell what friends is for. I'm having a hard time separating my friends from foes. So I don't need no friends, I'd rather be alone. I don't need nobody out, but they don't love me like they say they do. So I got a frozen heart, stabbed in the back so many times, I got so many scars. Gotta keep your head up in these streets, you gotta play it smart. Don't let them tell you it's easy, so they don't love me like they say they do. So now my heart froze, showing nothing but love, still got my heart broke. Can't hold on to that pain, you gotta let it go. Know who gon' really ride, only God knows.
Yeah.
Yo.
We are live.
Definitely here.
We are live.
We are definitely live.
Checking out all the levels and stuff like that, but we are definitely live. Yeah. Peace. It's the God Mathematics. Woo. And you are now watching the Hangout with S.STREET Media. You heard? Yo, who we got in the building, Rod, man? Who we got in the building? I just fucked up and said that, but who we got in the building, man?
Yo, you got me, Rod, a.k.a. Get Fetty, a.k.a. Get Fed Records. You know, tap in.
You heard. Who else we got in the building hanging out with us, man?
Yeah, I'm here, Mr. 13, made for Kings in the building.
Hey. Yo, we are high. We are high. So, delayed reaction. It ain't the camera. It's us. It's us. You know, we back with our second episode. If you thought that we wasn't coming back,
whoa.
I don't know what y'all was thinking.
I don't know what you was
Whatever fentanyl y'all was touching, don't fuck with that shit. It's killing people.
A lot of people.
It's killing people.
It's electric shit.
It's killing people, man. Yo, so, Rod, how you doing, man?
Yo,
how you doing?
I'm chilling. Definitely been working hard since the last episode. Just out here working hard. Be getting high, working hard.
Working hard, getting high.
Yeah, it goes together. Yeah, it goes together.
You know, that stress, you can't even explain the stress that, just y'all been working hard.
It goes together. Yeah. And that if you keep up with our shows, we only have two, but if you keeping up, you'll know that Rod works like a West Indian. Are you West Indian?
No, I'm not.
Oh shit. Oh shit, that's crazy.
I'm not.
He got tree chops.
Tree jobs.
Tree chops.
He got tree jobs.
Tree jobs. CEO of everything.
Yeah.
That's a fact. That's a fact. If you don't know, man,
Definitely
you don't know.
Tap in, get
So-
some records.
If y'all don't know who Made for Kings is, man, Made for Kings is one of my business partners. He go by the name of Chris. He's been shaking with me for a while.
Yeah.
Pause.
Yeah.
Shaking. We've been doing what we do for a while.
So good. We grown men. We don't got to pause nothing.
Nah, I'm a pauser, man. I'm a pauser. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm a pauser. I'm a pauser. I'm not gonna lie to you. Some shit be sounding crazy to me.
Is that crazy?
It be sounding crazy to me, and it is vibrate with me wrong. Like,
Yeah, but we've been doing this since I met you. What 2000? Well, I met you before a long time ago. But
Yeah,
we
we-
reconnected around 2013.
yeah, around 2013, we started rocking out DTF Radio. Shout out to everybody at DTF Radio. We was rocking out at DTF Radio. He comes from a show called The Cypher, a show that's been around for how many years?
Shit was around for a long time. If you want to catch the archives, just type in DACYPHA into the YouTube, and the algorithm will pull it up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's a fact. What you call it? He started doing what we're doing right now way before me. He is a veteran. He is ill at what he do. He has given me a lot of insight into what I do, and so. You know, we've been rocking since 2013, 2014. He was one of the hosts on the Vandal Hour.
Yes, sir. Man. That was a great experience. I'm looking forward to doing that once again real soon.
That's a fact. We definitely bringing that back like cook crack, man. I'm
Oh,
talking
definitely.
about that shit gonna have ice cubes and baking soda in the water. It's coming back. I was gonna say like hard. Hey yo. Pause. But you know what I'm talking about, man. You know what I'm talking about. It come back. It don't stay in oil. You gotta throw it in the refrigerator type shit. It ain't that type. It ain't that type. It's gonna be raw. It's gonna be raw, uncut. We're gonna be dealing with a lot of graffiti writers out there that's popping. People who did it in the past, present, and the future. So make sure you be on the lookout for that. But me and the guard been working for a long time. He does a lot of the editing. Even if when you watch any S.STREET Media show and you see the opening, that comes from the guard. He made that opening. A lot of our S.STREET Media shit, he done edited videos. I done fucked up audio. He put me on to some other shit. Some AI shit. Some AI shit. We're gonna talk about that later too. We're going to talk about that later too, but he put me onto some AI shit that, you know, when you watch our show, we're going to give you some information also. It's just not no, you know, dumb talk. Nah, this is going to be some intelligent street shit.
I'm going to provide value.
That's a fact.
Some value.
That's a fact. That's a fact. So, everybody good? Everybody chilling?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
Because we was smoking a lot of weed before we started this.
Whoa.
Yeah, we smoking a lot of marijuana,
I
man.
just almost tapped out for the session though.
Yeah, if you don't know how S.STREET Media rock, we are very much consumers of cannabis.
Yes.
Of the cannabis culture. You know,
and communities.
we don't want to get knocked down by the people upstairs. But yeah, we are part of the cannabis community. It is legal in New York, so we can talk freely. So yeah, we like to indulge. Indulge. So we are definitely advocates for that community. But before we get into anything, shout out to our business partners, the 1718 Collective, Made for Kings, Quick Money Management, Miss Feelgood, COD Music, Get Fat Records, Made for Kings, the Vandal Hour, Styled by Poverty. Without these people, man, we wouldn't be here.
Yes.
Make sure you subscribe to our channel, man.
Subscribe.
Don't be
share.
no cornball.
Right.
Subscribe to the channel. We need your support. We need some of this YouTube money.
Hit that subscribe button. Hit that button.
That's a fact. Make sure you share, like, comment. We already have people on our live. We also do the show live. If you want to get some behind the scenes footage, we also go live. Right now, we don't have it quite perfected, but we do go live. It's just not at the quality that the broadcast would be when we put it on YouTube. It would be a higher quality when we put it on YouTube. So I want to open up this conversation, man, because we like to talk about, real things, funny things, music, whatever's going on in our lives. We hanging out. We on a motherfucking, my man right there, he on a bench right now in Winsburg. You heard?
He on the block with us.
He's on the block with us. I'm on the milk crate in front of the bodega.
That's it. I'm over here leaning on an ice machine, just chilling.
You heard? You heard? This is what we do. This is what we do.
Definitely.
This is what we do. So I need y'all just to hang out with us, and this is what this is about, man. It's about bringing people together, talking about what we doing in this industry right now. So I'm going to talk. This is big news right now. This is big news, man, and I think this is going to be a great conversation. But yesterday they have caught the serial killer, the Gilgo Beach murderer, one of the serial killer who killed 4 people in a Gilgo Beach murderers have been caught. And we're not clapping because like that's some hype shit. This is what happened.
Yeah, it's good. Clap.
Yeah. Shit crazy, man. Now the only bad problem, there's 10 bodies that was found there. So they only accusing him of 4. He's been officially indicted on 3. You know what I mean? But he was caught in Manhattan. He's an architect. He was in Manhattan. They caught him in Manhattan. He's an architect. It's crazy, man. How you feel about this, man? What's your input on this, man?
I mean, that shit was going on for a while. What does it happen, 10 years ago?
That's a fact, though.
They found 10 bodies. They've been looking for him for a while, and finally they caught him. But the thing is that they only charged him for 4 bodies. So who do the other 6 bodies belong to? Who did the other 6
bodies belong to?
Yeah.
And one of the bodies is a toddler, and one was a male. The rest was all females, and I believe they was all
prostitutes.
Yes.
Right?
Prostitutes. Yes.
Yo, is this the same? There was a prostitute one that she went running around banging on doors asking for help, and nobody helped her, and then she disappeared.
I think, if I'm not mistaken, that might have been the first one that opened up the case. So she went missing, and they was looking for her. That's what had them looking out there. And then in that process, they uncover these other bodies. It's different theories on this. They say
multiple serial killers.
Yes, they say that it might have been a truck driver, that was traveling back and forth across country. Now, from what they put out about this particular guy, I didn't write his name, but Rex something.
Horman.
Yes, with an H.
Something like that.
Yeah. So the information that they put out about him, they say that he was buying burner phones. He bought 7 burner phones. They connected his phone was pinging in certain areas that coincided with his real phone.
Yep.
This is like kind of the connection that they made. They had 2 locations of possibly where he could be at, and one was in Manhattan and one was in Massapequa, Long Island. I think that's where he was living at. Also, they got his DNA from pizza that he discarded. They found hairs of his wife on one of the bodies, and they found DNA of him also. He was following the families also on through social media or through some through like I guess he was looking up shit through Google on the families. So that's why they felt he was still a threat, because he was like keeping an eye on the family. They had multiple his searches was like rape porn. Wow. You know what I mean?
Crazy.
He also had 1 million searches on the actual murders, on like victims, the Gilgo beach murders. So that was his shit was like spammed with that shit. So a lot of circumstantial evidence was found on him.
Yeah.
You know? And also there's a car, Avalon, that very particular Avalon.
Oh, the truck.
Yep, that was found. Somebody had actually identified this Avalon. They found the Avalon. Also, one of the women had got away, and the people who had some people had walked in and seen them, and they described him, exactly who this guy is. You know.
Exactly.
Wow, man! And it took them 10 years to catch him, or to finally charge him.
But
yes, no. So this is what it is. They said in January or March they finally found something that connected it to be real.
Something that they could use, right?
Yeah, it was something
concrete,
real,
something concrete.
They had speculation, but they didn't have nothing concrete. And
maybe it was the hairs and the wife's hairs. Shit.
So that's what they said. So they said that the DNA, since the bodies was like decomposed, I mean the bodies became decomposed in the conditions that they didn't have the DNA to do it then.
The technology.
But now they do have the technology to do it, and they did it. And that's why they needed his DNA, and they got his wife's DNA also, and his family's DNA, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, everybody DNA.
Yes.
The way it went down was every time he committed the murders, he sent the family away.
Yeah, there was a way.
He sent him away, and he did his dirt.
Yeah, he wanted to get him out of the way so that he could run freely.
Yeah, so that nobody be suspicious, things like that. But you already know that's. And they had, they kept track of phones. Come on, they tracking us now.
Yeah, man, that's one of the other things is if you he was carrying his phone with him when he was burying the bodies, and they pinged him.
They pinged him,
and he had a burner phone. Should have left the real phone home.
Have no phone.
Have no phone.
No
phone. Leave all the phones home.
You know what's funny? Coincidentally, that's kind of like Mel YMW Melly. Yeah. I think that's what's gonna fuck up his case, is the fact of the cell phone shit. A lot of the cell phone, a lot of the evidence against him is circumstantial also, but his cell phone shit is kind of like damaging. I'm not gonna say that it's a closed case, but that's kind of like a part that might fuck him up also, is that cell phone. You can't do crime with your cell phone.
Hell no. Nah, you gotta leave that shit home.
But you can't leave it home either, because then they be like, why you didn't have your phone?
I was home sleeping.
It's kind of weird. Like,
why you wouldn't have your phone at this time? You supposed to have a phone on you. How you supposed to track you? Or
why do you have your phone all the time, and why you didn't have your phone on a particular day that you killed 4 people?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Coincidentally, you forgot your phone.
It was home.
So that's just crazy, man. I wonder what they're gonna do about these other 6 bodies, though.
They gotta connect them.
Let's see, man.
That's the interesting part. If they was buried a certain way,
they either connect them or they find someone else who killed those people. Because most serial killers stick to an MO, and he was killing prostitutes. So the toddler and the man, they don't necessarily fit into his serial killer MO.
And if I'm not mistaken, for the 4 bodies, he wrapped them in a burlap.
Yeah.
And the burlap was camouflage.
Wow.
And which is very distinctive. And he tied them a certain way, like the top of their head, the middle part, and where their legs was at. He tied them a certain way. So it's very distinctive in what he did with those 4 bodies. But this is what I'm saying. And, just my theory. I'm going to still stick where he did it. Right? You know, I don't know all the facts and stuff like that. I'm just reading on this shit as it goes. But I'm going to say he did it, and that his MO changed. I think like when you watch a lot of them serial killers, what they do in the beginning and what they do in the end is two different things. Like they mastered their shit. So when by the time it's like a graffiti writer. You know, when you first start doing graph, you know, you can't do certain places because you didn't master it yet. By the time you got like 5-10 years in, you could do your shit in front of police and still get away. You know what I mean? So I think I think it might have still been him. He's 50. I think he's 59 years old now. I think he was doing it before. He's been living there since a child, if I'm not mistaken. I think he did that before. It is that his MO changed, or the store that he was doing the other bodies with ran out of whatever it was, and he turned to burlap after that.
You never know. There might be more bodies that he buried in a different beach.
Yeah. That's a fact. Shit. That's a fact. If you got 4 on him tightly, and this thing that the years that we're talking about is like early 2000s, right? 2013, you know, 10. After 2010s, like, so cell phones wasn't that prevalent in that time. Like, it is, but it ain't.
It wasn't.
So what was he doing before the cell phone? So now he was communicating with these people through social media sites like the sex lines and stuff, and that's why he was getting a burner phone, because he'll communicate with them. He was sending pictures of himself, all that shit, through the burner phones. And then after he murked them, he'd throw the phone away. So what was he doing before the cell phones?
The cell phones, definitely.
That nigga he could have been meeting bitches on a party line, calling from a payphone in Uniondale.
Calling from a payphone?
Yep, a payphone, and then meeting bitches and catching them like that. I'm just saying though,
just
like
pulling up on them.
Technology has changed, so cell phones. So now that we talking about cell phones, but you know this dude is older, so he probably was doing it in a different MO because just the signs of the time, it was a different shit going on. I don't know, but just my theory.
I'm not a serial killer.
More information to come. I'm sure.
I'm not a serial killer, and I never watched. What's the dude that the police guy that's a serial killer?
Oh man, I forgot.
On HBO, I never watched that shit either.
What, Dexter?
Yeah, and they got part 2 now.
I watched Dexter. It was a good show.
My mother loved Dexter, and she loved Breaking Bad.
I think they should have never brought it back, but.
What, Dexter?
I haven't bothered to watch the new one.
Yeah,
because he kind of died in the last one, and then they kind of came out with this corny idea that he really survived. So,
oh boy,
okay. Then Tony Soprano should come back from the dead.
Yeah, they left that as a cliffhanger.
Yeah, right? Damn, he can't.
James Gunn.
Shout out to my man.
He's dead.
That was a little joke, but you know, man. But yeah, matter of fact, they did bring Sopranos back.
Saints of Newark.
And I want to watch it. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's supposed to be at the prelude to.
Yeah, it's about.
Have you watched it?
I've watched it.
How you feel about it?
I wasn't too.
Oh shit!
I wasn't too crazy about it. It could have been better.
What was the shortcoming of it in your?
Man, I watched that during the pandemic, so I can't really remember. I just know that I wasn't crazy about it.
Wow.
Damn, I gotta test your taste right now.
I don't think it was as violent as The Sopranos. You know.
Okay.
I think I might want to see more hits in it.
Okay, let me ask you a question.
More storyline.
Yeah. Let me ask you a question. What is name a whack mob movie in your eyes, like a mob movie that you didn't like? Because I gotta test your taste. I don't know. You said that you didn't really like it, but I don't know. I gotta see what your taste like to really. You might be shaky on your taste, man.
I don't know.
Man. You might like ugly dogs. You might like ugly dogs. You that guy that want to get
the tongue hanging out, the eye looking crazy.
I've seen some pretty good mafia movies. So.
You're like, what the fuck is that?
Any mafia movie on Tubi? Yo, if it's a mafia movie on Tubi, then it's probably trash. There's a lot of trash on Tubi.
Let me ask Raw. Can you name a trash mob movie?
Trash mob movie.
I'm thinking now myself.
I don't know.
A trash mob movie.
Trash mob movie.
It's a good question.
Okay, here's a.
Yeah.
So I'm going to change the question. Rate The Godfathers by good to bad in your eyes.
Godfathers.
That's kind of like, I think that's like a good, because everybody, this different.
Yeah, I like The Godfathers.
So
I think it got
rate The
increasingly
Godfathers
worse.
from one to out of Godfather 1, 2, or 3. Which one was the best and which one was the worst?
Number 3 was the worst.
Yeah, number 3 was the worst. So number 2 was the best because it brought me back. Like
number 1 was the best.
I knew your taste was suspect.
Yeah. Why you like
number 3 is the worst?
Number 3 was the worst.
Why everybody say that? That's crazy. Number 3 is the worst. Andy Garcia. I think they should have made a part 4. Andy Garcia is the Godfather.
Nah.
Oh my God, y'all bugging. The Godfather 3 is the worst. So what's your number 1?
I like number 2.
Number 1
was
the best.
Was all right.
Number 1 is the best.
It got me to like number 1 to like number 3 to want to watch number 3.
I'm going to say number 2 is the best. The one with Sonny, No Part in Self. The one where they go back in time with Robert De Niro and tell like how the Godfather becomes the Godfather. I'm going with number 2 is the best. Number 3 is the second best. And number 1 is the worst. In my opinion. Number 2 to me is Illmatic, man. Definitely. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like it's slower than the other ones. It's a more conversation piece going, a lot of conversation, but the setup of what it's doing for the setup of the whole trilogy, it sets part 1 just gave you a story. Like you just see like it just shows you the family. In part 2, it explains the family in my eyes, and like you really get to see like what made him who he is, and even him knocking off the Dawn in the beginning, and them niggas running through the roof. That's one of like my favorite scenes. How y'all feel about, and this is not even, none of this stuff we're talking about is on my paper. So I'm just gonna say, how y'all feel about what was the one about the young boys that they made some invention, and they mobbed people too. It was like real mob figures, but when they was young, they had made Growing Up in America. Is it that? You ever saw that? I forgot.
Once Upon a Time in America.
Once Upon a Time in America. One of my favorite mob joints. Yo, Raw, can you move over to your, the lane? You gotta do the lane.
Yeah, Once Upon a Time in America is good. It's also slow though. It starts off slow.
It is.
It's a good one. It's a good one.
It is. Yeah, man. I think that to say that the fucking going back to the Sopranos and going back to the Saints joint.
Yeah, I didn't like I thought it could have been better.
I'm gonna watch it, man. I'm gonna watch it.
I watch.
I'm gonna watch it, man. I'm gonna watch it. So
how, do you think who do you think Tony died, and who do you think whacked him?
You know what's funny? I didn't get to really tap in with the last season like that. I went to prison. That year is when I'm in that mode, and I really kind of missed it. So the last season of that and The Wire last season, I kind of never seen.
Oh shit!
I never seen
The Wire. You never seen the end of The Wire?
No, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. I got mad
I
when
watched both those shows at least twice.
I got mad when them young boys started coming up, man. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I feel like if I was in that movie, I would have killed all of them.
The Wire?
Yeah, The Wire. They let them young boys started running. The Wire changed.
it changed. It changed. All the young boys that took over and just changed up the.
Well, that's what it does. It's dope because it shows you the succession.
It was a reality. It was a reality.
That's what it was.
Not everybody stays on top.
You know what's funny? It was a reality. I didn't get to really. Matter of fact, I'm lying. I kind of went through that in my neighborhood. Kind of the young versus the older. I really wasn't on that type of time, but situations happened that it happened that way, but it wasn't because of the age though. You know what I mean? Yeah. But so I understand what was going on and that these young boys is really putting in work. Their murder game was on the next level, and Marlo wasn't nothing to fuck with. So yeah, I didn't really get in. When Marlo first got introduced, I saw that season, and then I believe the next season is when it goes off. So yeah,
because he was killing all his rivals and then hiding them in those abandoned buildings that nobody.
And wasn't it? If I didn't watch it, but from what I'm hearing, wasn't a bitch doing it?
It was a bitch and a guy. It was two of them.
That's crazy, man. And I heard the young boys grew up and came up. Them niggas that was in school, in the Marlo introduction is when they started introducing the kids. Yeah. And I heard by the end of the next season, them kids was like killers.
Yeah, no, the young guys, they take over. Marlo takes over.
And even speaking about movies where the kids take over, even in what's the Brazilian movie? Gods. City of Gods.
City of Gods.
That's kind of where I went to. By the end of the movie, the young kids became them niggas. Kill Zeke or ZZ, whatever his name was. So yeah, that's crazy. I want to switch topics a little bit, man. We was watching before the show started. We was watching slap fight competitions. Slap fight competitions. Do y'all know what slap fight competitions is?
Yeah, slap fight. It's nothing to play with.
Some serious shit. That's what it is, man.
Yeah, you get your whole half of your head smacked out. People lose their hearing.
Straight slap to the face, and then that's some crazy shit.
You keep doing it until you pass out or something like that?
Until somebody falls.
Until you fall.
Yo, we watched about 3 people. We watched about 3 or 4 knockouts on that. I was showing Chris because I told him we was going to speak about that tonight. So I had to show, let me just show him some joints, and it was crazy, man. It's crazy. It's a phenomenon right now on Instagram.
Everybody doing it. Men, women.
Yeah. People love that shit. They love to see it.
It's crazy, man. And what's this dude name? Dana White, the guy from UFC, is the one who has his joint is one of the major one of the major federations or whatever you call it or organizations. Yeah, his is one of the major ones called Power Slap. And
how long they been doing that slapping? For years, right?
They've been doing it. It's I believe
for a while.
Yeah.
It's been around for a while. Actually, what's crazy is Chris actually put me on. Hot 97 was doing it in 2004, 2005.
Yeah.
They had something called Slap Fest.
Slap Fest, and they were giving the winners $5,000. And then they were told not to do it anymore by the New York State Commission because I guess people were getting really injured during the tapings of these events, and they didn't have a license to hold the event, so that's why they were told to stop. But now Dana White is cashing in.
Yeah, I know Hot 97 is mad. Yep. Somebody lost their job over that shit.
Well, whoever worked, I forgot what the DJ's name was, but whoever that DJ was that created that, I know he's tight because he, could be making that bread right now.
And that was the Enough that was in it on one of the episodes.
It looked like him.
That he came in when he was like, "Yo, New York," or like, "I told you about them."
Yeah, it looked like him.
It looked like a young Enough.
Okay.
That's the one from 105, right? What's the one?
No, that was Envy. It looked like not. It didn't look like Enough. It looked like Envy. DJ Envy.
My bad. My bad. Don't they look alike? No,
Nah, they don't
one is
look
big.
nothing
One
alike.
is big,
Yeah,
and one is big.
One is big and like really. I think Enough
Shout out
is
to
a
the
little
brother.
dark.
Shout
more darker.
out to DJ Enough. Shout out to DJ Envy. I'm high.
Yeah, Envy's taller guy.
Yeah,
Yeah, one is on 105. I know that with Charlemagne and
yeah.
Envy's
Shout out to DJ Envy. Shout out to DJ Enough.
They both have an E in their name.
That's what it is. That's what it is. And they both was on High 97, right? If I'm not mistaken, they both.
Envy, Enough, EN. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
That's
they
right.
were-
That's
in the
crazy.
They working out here in the city. So
But what's crazy is the High 97 one was kind of crazy to me because the two female one, we watched the female slap fest, and this girl from Jersey, this big chick, was slapping the shit out this other chick, boy.
Yeah, you know what was crazy? Because in the new one, they get like 10 rounds, right? So it's 10 slaps each. But in the Hot 97 one, it was endless. It was
Yeah,
like
it was about 40 slaps.
Yeah, it was like 40 slaps in there.
And no lie to you, no knock. I didn't see no knockout, but I definitely saw like some really hard hits.
Yeah.
That I don't want to sound the girl of the more heavier persuasion.
She was laying down the slap.
She was
Heavy
her
on the
smackdown
slap.
was
Heavy on the
crazy. They should call her the Rock. Word, her shit was like crazy, man. From what I'm hearing about this, it comes. It's like it's really it got really big in Russia and in Poland first before it came to America. The person who brought it to America, or who was pushing it in America, was Arnold Schwarzenegger and Logan Paul.
Oh yeah, word. It was
Yeah,
Paul.
that helped launch it in USA. It's crazy, man. We also, and speaking of slaps, competitions or sports, have you watched the Indian version of like slap fighting?
nah.
Well, I watched it briefly with you, and it was pretty entertaining.
You got
They had some wrestling moves in there and everything.
You got to watch
Slap?
this.
Come on.
They slapping like face, chest parts,
Yeah,
Oh,
they're
like
running
the
around,
beat down type
and then
thing?
they're wrestling and throwing each other.
and they in dirt. They in dirt, like literally,
Like
they
that's-
in dirt.
Like the sumo wrestling style type
Yeah,
thing?
and yeah, they're dressed in like fucking tights.
Tight. Oh,
They kind of look like
yo.
wrestlers, but they slapping each other.
It's crazy. It's crazy. It's funny.
It's
It's more.
entertaining.
It's more comical.
They on that slap above the belt?
I can't even describe that shit. When, like, just Google like, or go to YouTube and put like Indian slap fighting.
I've seen fighting like that before, but if I've said where I've seen it, I might get canceled.
We don't want to get canceled with our first episode or our second episode.
You watch it. You
don't
tell me
wanna
what
get
you think.
Yeah, just type it out. Can't cancel Google.
Yo, in our time, we slap box.
Yeah.
We were slap boxing. That was like part of.
Growing up.
You know what?
Yeah,
I didn't like slap boxing because it always turned real. It
gotta
went
know
from
who you slap
slapping.
boxing with.
It went from slapping to full on brawl within
That
minutes.
is, yo, you know what's funny? You couldn't beat nobody too bad.
Nah,
Somebody
yeah.
always got mad.
If you slap the shit out of someone, they're like, yo, what was that, son? What you mean, what was that?
That's a fact.
I just slapped the shit out of you, man. We playing slap box.
Yeah, we slap boxing.
Yo, we fighting now.
Yeah, you hit me too hard. What you mean too hard?
Yo, that's
Like,
a
come on,
fact.
boy.
Somebody. Yo, somebody. We used to slap box in the hallway, me and my peoples. And like I went to karate school for a little while.
so you cheated.
I took up taekwondo. You know I said tway. I took up taekwondo, right?
Take one.
And so I learned this move. And like I don't know if you know the move, like when you fighting somebody and like while you fight them facing them, you turn around and do this.
The back slap.
The backhand.
So I learned that in like taekwondo, right? And I'm not gonna lie to you, that move worked for me so many times in life. Nobody ever expects that slap or punch. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's kind of a weird thing, but it actually works, man. It was a Karate Kid-ish move that I used.
Wax on, wax off.
Yeah,
smack on, smack off.
I learned it in Taekwondo. So we used to slap box. That's a move that I used. And I then did that to a person, and they want to fight. Like, no lie to you, that one catches that person dead on, like, bang! And then like, it's like, where the fuck that came? When you twisted your body, I think
what made them want to fight was when you did that, you did it in front of a lot of people.
Yeah, then they get embarrassed.
Yeah, that was an embarrassing move.
Yeah, ego was always
because they wasn't ready for it. They're like, oh, I was supposed to block that one. Like, yeah, right.
Yeah, ego, and
what makes it worse is when everybody else goes, ooh.
That's a fact. That goes and that goes into so many like They say it's not good to embarrass someone. No. That causes a lot of. Usually, embarrassing someone usually causes some form of conflict. I was watching like some mob shit, and they said like amongst the made guys. You don't supposed to like embarrass anyone. If you if you do that, you fuck around and get killed.
Yeah, basically.
So like
there's a few rules, man.
A lot of rules to that one. You can't embarrass nobody.
Imagine somebody made up a slap boxing tournament.
I would watch that. I would watch that.
That'd be crazy because they got the real fighting like in all them different Rumble in the Bronx and they got the ones in Queens. You know, imagine they had like an official slap boxing tournament. That'd be crazy. That'd be crazy. Yeah. I know you're going to steal the idea, so I'm not even going for it. But like that'd be
we're gonna host our first slap boxing event next month. So if you want to sign up, hit us up. You got to sign a NDA and a waiver, all that.
Yeah, you got to sign a permission slip.
Everything.
That you will not sue if any damages happen. But
and you got to stick to slapping. If someone slaps the shit out of you, you can't start a real fight.
And that's a fact. And let me just say this, man. My man Chris is tapped in with the pugilistic world. Let me just say. He's tapped in, man. You know what I mean? He used to put me on about like the shit that was going on in the Bronx and all that shit. Like that shit is real, man. Shout out to all them dudes who fight in them like street tournaments. Kimbo slice ass niggas.
They real.
Shout out to all them dudes, man.
Yeah, definitely real with that, man.
I respect that more than boxing. I'm not gonna lie to you. I respect that more than boxing. Boxing is dope. But boxing is fucking it is plagued with so much. What you call that when they're
dirty, man. The judges are bored. They give fights to fighters that don't deserve it. That's why the UFC came up so quickly, because a lot of people were sick of boxing and the bullshit judging.
Yeah, who want to see all that? They call when politics is corrupt.
It's corrupt. Yeah,
it's corrupt. I had to dig that from the back of my brain to think of that word. But yeah, corrupt. Boxing is so corrupt. So when you see these like small tournaments, like the fighting in the street shits, the backyard shits. Y'all be watching the backyard shits when they be fighting in the backyard
and the backyard. Yo, that came up too.
Oh yeah, they get dudes in business brawls, man.
Yo,
neighbors fighting.
That shit is crazy, man. Crazy. That shit is crazy. But what I respect about that is, you know, that shit ain't fake. That shit is real.
Yeah,
and they got the bare knuckle fighting now too, where they get in the ring and they fight with no gloves.
Yo, I like that because I want to know if this guy really knocked this shit out this other guy. Yeah. Not if this nigga is faking, he's faked a fall. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? To my opinion, most sports is corrupt.
Yeah.
Most sports, they say it's not, but there's certain things that they do that make it corrupt.
Yeah, you could see it. And I mean, for me, the NBA has definitely got questionable refs.
Well, they
man.
got it right now. Since
I watch those games and you see those refs calling fouls. They keep the game close, or sometimes they help a team come back. Like, this team has shot 14 free throws in the last quarter. Like, what? That's crazy.
That's a
Let
fact.
them play.
Exactly.
That's a fact. And we already know, if you know the old shit about what was the White Sox, and the niggas threw a whole game, or it was a paid for game. So
games.
I think all sports has been touched, except for that bare knuckle, that UFC shit. Ain't no faking a knee to the fucking face. You know, but
got your eye looking crazy over there for one punch. You're like, oh, that's real.
Yeah. And you know it's funny because a lot of them, especially the ones that never lost. Because one thing I could say about those fighting, like UFC and stuff like that, them champions don't last long.
Nah.
That's how you know it's real.
There's a rotation.
Yeah, that's how you know it's real.
Unless you're John Jones. That's his name, right? John Jones?
Something like that.
Beating everybody's ass and moving on weight classes and taking time off and then still beating people's asses.
Yeah,
so it's very rare that a person could dominate for a long time. Yeah. Someone comes better. Like, I was a Silver fan when he was popping, and he need his way to a championship, but then he got beat, and then so they once they learn their style, like the McGregors and all that. Yeah. That's why it's a pure sport, because it's not niggas you ain't Fabulous Moolah. The champion for 28 years. Or Bruno Sammartino, Hulk Hogan. Niggas was never been beat. Come on, man. No lie to you.
Unless you Floyd Mayweather and you handpick all your opponents.
Which is even worse. Which is another form of corruption.
Yeah.
Because you know, everybody knows what's going on. Even a guy you fighting knows. Yeah. Like, I'm ready to take this fake ass match for 10 million. I know you're going to get 100, but I need 10 million, and I'm good with that. So that's
sparring money, basically, good show money,
basically. So I like the realness of the street fighting shit. Speaking of fighting and speaking of wrestling, there's a new series out that I've been watching. I don't know if y'all been fucking with it, but it's called Dark Side of the Ring. You know what I'm talking about?
That wrestling.
No, I haven't seen that yet.
Yeah, Dark Side of the Ring. Dark Side of the Ring, man, is like, it shows you what these wrestlers really went through, and real behind the scenes. It's like a biography-ish, but so far I haven't seen one that ended happy. Yeah. You know what I mean? And even if it ended matter of fact, it's the dark side of the ring.
Nice, exactly. Backstage to the acting.
I'm a fan of old school wrestling. I don't really watch it now, but I definitely want to check that out.
So I watched one on Kamala.
Okay.
I watched one on Adrian Adonis.
Yeah.
Doink the Clown, aka Mark Bourne. Matt Bourne, and the Junkyard Dog one. Yeah. Now, let me just say this. Shout out to all my people who be watching wrestling. I'm a wrestling, especially the old school wrestling. I'm a wrestling fan. WWF, AWA, NWA type shit. But this is what fucked me up. One of the first ones I watched was one on Kamala. Now, if you know who Kamala is, Kamala was the Uganda headhunter, right? And when they used to interview him on Me and Gene Oakland and shit, he'd be like, "Oh yeah,
I remember that shit."
I used to say shit like that, right? So me watching this Dark Side of the Ring, they showed him talking regular, and this how he talks. Yeah, man. So you know what I'm talking about? I said.
My childhood was a lie.
I said this guy wasn't African.
Nope, not at all.
Not at all.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie to you. I was a very naive kid, man. All this shit, everything was going over my head. Pause. But the Kamala shit, it fucked me up, God. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, it fucked me up. I said, oh shit, this nigga is from Memphis or Mississippi or something. Like, shit was crazy.
Straight country man over there.
I feel stupid because I went to somebody like, yo, you know Kamala was not African? They're like, hell yeah, nigga, what the fuck? You didn't know? I'm like this.
He said, where you been?
I said, man, I'm just asking a rhetorical question, man. Nah.
They're like, do you still think Santa Claus is real?
Yeah, I feel bad. No lie to you, I found out my mom's was Santa Claus. That shit hurt me. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was naive. I was very naive. I really believed in Santa Claus. Yeah, that shit hurt me, man. But what you call it? Yeah, so the Kamala one was crazy. The Adrian Adonis one, crazy. Yeah. He's from Buffalo, New York. He wasn't gay. He played a gay character later in WWF. He wasn't gay. He was a gangster, actually. It was a character that they forced him into. He didn't come up with that character. Great one. But a ill one was Doink the Clown. Yeah, and if you don't remember Doink the Clown, he was like the nigga that come out like, he's like it. Yeah. He was like a clown guy, but he was a foul motherfucker. So, yeah, Doink the Clown shit was ill. And Junkyard Dog, who they really did dirty, was an ill one too. They really did Junkyard dirty. I didn't know like none of these niggas was getting money. Like, and Junkyard Dog they compared him to be like the Black Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Like, he was that big. That's big.
Crazy. That's crazy.
I watched one about Jake the Snake Roberts. Like,
that's
pretty
my man.
Crazy.
That's crazy.
Jake the Snake was ill.
Yeah.
Yeah, my pops, rest in peace. My pops, he was a big wrestling fan, and we used to sit there and watch wrestling. He had me online one day, and we was going to get Ricky the Dragon Steamboat autograph. But the crazy part, when we got up there, the guy next to Ricky Dragon Steamboat knew my pops.
Oh, word.
So they're chilling. Yeah. And to this day, I probably got one of them WWF, them official jackets in my crib.
That's dope.
I'm thinking if I should put that on eBay.
Listen, I met Hulk Hogan one time.
Whoa.
I met Hulk Hogan. Now, don't cancel me, people, but let me tell you. My sister was cheerleading for a special needs event. And, your man acted like he was a special needs kid to meet Hulk Hogan. And Hulk Hogan was like, it's all right, little fella. It's going to be okay.
We can say our prayers
Yo,
together.
You did the Kramer.
I can't walk in. I don't even want to do it now, but I can't walk in like, yo, Hulk, watch out, Hulk.
Yo, Hulk. It's all right. He was fake.
I'm going to hell for that, man. I'm going to hell for that.
He was a character.
You know what's funny? I be thinking, like, as kids, when we kids, like, some of us have, like, real devious minds. Like, we think like adults.
Yo, but you know what's funny? Because me and my brother, we were walking together and we started to fight with each other for real, right? And so then that's when Hulk was like, it's okay, little buddy. It's going to be okay. Because he probably thought me and my brother were off our rocker the way we were beating each other up right there at that moment.
That's regular.
There's a Seinfeld about that. And, like, Kramer went to the dentist and they gave him, like, Novocaine. And, like, they gave him, like, some type of, like, shit to, like, numb his shit. And they kind of, and he was dribbling from his mouth and he couldn't really talk when it didn't wear off.
Yeah, I seen that episode.
So he met like some rich like person and they was like, come to the thing. He's like, oh, they thought he was like, mentally challenged person. And like he had these like funny shoes on, so they thought he was wearing like George's prototype shoes. And they thought that he was really like Yeah, challenged.
That was a funny episode. That was a good one.
That was a great one. That was a great one. Yo, you're funny, man.
Yo, they have yo, man. And you know what's funny is because we can't use the R word anymore because it's considered a slur, you know. But yeah, it was for developmentally challenged children, and I had to play the role to meet Hulk Hogan.
Yo, I'm trying to. And know it's funny why you was saying that. I was trying to think of like what was some devious shit I did as a kid.
Probably a lot, man. It's probably a lot.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
Find which ones he could put out.
I'm gonna think. I'm gonna think on that one. I'm gonna say this. This is not a devious one. I don't got a devious one, but I do have a mad scientist one that to get over. So my grandmother took me to Disney World one day. In the 80s, late 80s, like somewhere like 86, 87, somewhere around this. No, it could have been like 80s, 86. So I was about 10. And to go to Disney World back then, I don't know how it is now. This is 86. You had to go on a tram. It was like a train, a monorail.
Yeah.
That ran straight to from. I was in Orlando at the High Q. I don't think the High Q exists no more. Well, you could check it out. The hotel was called the High Q, and you had to take one of those monorails there. And so when we got there, we get off. So you on like Disney's property, exactly on Disney's property, or like Disney World. So we there for the whole time. It's like 1,000 degrees at that time. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's like it's almost like 100 degrees in Florida.
Crazy, Florida.
Florida gets hot.
So to go back at the end of the night, the park closed at a certain time. Mm-hmm. So when the park closed, they say it's about 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
Right? So everybody is going at the same back to the monorail at the same time. Yeah. Yo, boy. It looked like Central Park concert in a single file line, like in a line. It was like that, God. No, like a wave of people, and it was like 100 degrees.
Yeah.
My grandmother is like at the time in the 60s at the time, and she had no real ailments. I'm not gonna lie to you. She that I knew about, you know what I mean, not at that time, but I had a couple of ailments. So I faded.
Oh, Lord.
And it was like, get him water. They like, what? And I did it like a little jerk, like, and like everybody was helping me. They're like, get him to the front of the line, get him to the front. And that's how we got on the monorail that night. And I always remember that day. I said,
the day, man.
Yo, know what's funny? I said, yo, I thought of some real Lex Luthor shit at like 10 years old. And it worked. And from that point on, that might have been the beginning of a criminal.
That was the beginning of your criminal career?
Yeah. I said, oh shit, we could get over on these idiots. We get over on these idiots. Oh, they don't know me. They don't know me. So
that's
yeah,
hilarious, man.
That's one of those segments. You wanted to meet Hulk Hogan. I wanted to get back to the High Q
that's
fast.
What they call a canon event.
That's it.
Ta-da. Ta-da. Yeah.
We here now.
So, man, a lot of things have been happening in the United States. A lot of things been happening in the United States, man. You know, they're catching serial killers.
Yeah.
You know, Trump getting indicted, shit like that. Biden forgetting something again.
Yo, he be sounding crazy.
But in the mix of all this chaos, a bag of cocaine is found in the White House.
China White.
Hey, matter of fact, this is the wrong one. We gotta throw this one on.
China White. China White. Whose on is it?
They found some white in the White House.
Not surprised.
Nobody's surprised.
Definitely not surprised. What is going on here? And even this makes it worse. The Fed did an investigation, and it came up that they don't know who it is. What the fuck is going on? The feds.
The feds don't know where it came from.
They found out Bill Clinton got his joint topped. They found Saddam Hussein in a hole. They killed. Yeah, they did a lot of stuff.
They can't find.
But they can't find who bought the 50.
In the White House.
Who bought 2 balls, pause? Who bought 2 balls?
Yo.
Into the White House.
Yo.
And the funny part, they got 500 suspects. Talk to me, Rod.
I don't know how they do that. I know when I got caught, they was like, "Yo, we gotta test the bag for fingerprints."
Yeah.
Now that you should have been did that. Everybody fingerprints on that bag. They pass it around the whole Senate.
There is no way
the table.
that bag didn't have fingerprints.
Exactly, boy. Exactly.
DNA, fingerprints.
You know what's crazy? If you sniffing cocaine, you're either dipping something into it, or you taking it out and putting it on something. I don't see that. Most people, especially in like situations like that, they're putting a straw, their fingernail, their $100, $1 bill, whatever. And so mucus from the nose has to be somewhere on that bag, inside that bag. It's impossible.
Tell me that.
My baby mama found who was doing coke in my house. Hey, you can't tell me. I had 1,000 niggas in that house, and she knew it was mine. They tell me you got a camera in every part, man. If he would have got assassinated with that, if a person would have got shot, where that bag was at, you're telling me you would not knew who it was? If niggas dropped a bomb there, you would not know who. I know I'm exaggerating and shit like that, but like I just find it hard to believe that they didn't find out who it is, man. I think it's conspiracy. I think they're covering. They're covering somebody.
Definitely covering.
Whoever dropped that ball,
it was a hunt.
The 500 people dropped the ball.
It was a hunt for the person who had that bag.
They all had that bag.
They was hunting.
That person was hunting for his bag too, I bet. Matter of fact, if they go back to the tail of the tape, they'll probably see that person looking through everything like, yo.
What you looking for?
I lost something.
I lost something.
We all lost a bag before. You're looking for that.
Somebody, let me say this. Whoever lost it, if I was like the feds and I was working security, I'll catch it. I'll find out who dropped the bag.
I catch it.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yo, when you're driving in the highway, when you're driving in the streets and you see somebody pulled over in the middle of the night and they down in their seat looking for something, and you drive by, you're like, he lost a bag of coke.
That's
you
a
know,
fact.
you can tell.
That's a fact.
You look at them, he pulled off to the side, door wide open, into the seat. Yeah, he looking for that bag of coke.
Something.
Yo, this is how I know. If I will check the camera, because you know they got probably like 1,400 cameras there, right? There's no way that they don't got 1 million cameras inside the White House. That's impossible. We know what's going on.
That's what I was saying.
So whoever found the coke, I will rewind the tape from that point of with the person finding the coke. Whoever found the coke, we going back on the tape slowly on that one. And now, I guarantee whoever dropped the bag, you know they say the criminal always return to the scene of the crime. I know somebody was backtracking, who was looking down, who wasn't supposed to be looking down. And it was obvious to anyone. You know, but they don't want to make the security look bad or the feds look bad, so they just try to chuck it up to whatever. No, but I'm telling you, man, I'm going to look for whoever was sweating, looking down too much, going back and forth. I find whoever did cocaine, or whoever did, pardon me, that was it. That was a tongue twister. I think my mind just started about cocaine real quick, and I just had a flashback, and I was like, phew. So whoever did cocaine before knows what it feels like to lose a bag of cocaine. Losing a bag of weed on a scale of 1 to 10 is like a 7. Especially if it's I. That's like 8.5 if it's I. If it's a bag of like some high, that's like a 7. Yeah. The weed guards got that.
They got that back. But
if a person loses a of that, that's a 12.5. Niggas on a scale of 1 to 10, it's a 12.5.
Yeah, they press, they looking, they searching, man. Especially if you started hitting the bag.
Yo, you probably took like 1, 2.
You took like 2 bangs off that shit. You're like, yo, I need the next one. Where's it at?
You know they upset.
They upset. They tired.
That's when it gets critical.
Yo, no lie to you. No lie to you, man. Here's a question for y'all. Stupid question. How did they know it wasn't anthrax?
Someone had to test
Somebody tested it.
Yep.
Somebody did the finger dip.
Yep.
Somebody did the finger dip. Somebody had to do the finger dip. It could have been fentanyl. Mm-hmm. Somebody finger dipped it. Somebody finger dipped it.
Somebody fingered it.
Somebody fingered it and had to figure it.
They did
to let us know that it's legitimate.
They did the field test. You know when it turned purple.
Test,
yeah. They did that.
Oh, yeah, they cheated.
But I don't think all of it got to them. But just to find out.
I know none of us sold drugs before, so I'm going to ask you this. None of us sold drugs before, so I'm just going to ask you this. Do you think the finger test really works? Like, if I'm gonna make a 20,000, 30, 40, whatever drugs go for, if I'm gonna make a deal for this and I'm gonna make this sale, do I rely on the finger dip tests? Like, they be like, they put it, like, do you think that's real? Like, you put on your,
Maybe back delicious. In the days they did that, but now they can't, because now if you use fentanyl, you dead on the spot. You take a whole finger full of fentanyl. It's over.
They kill you, take your money. Yeah. They're like, you dumb.
You know what's funny? I always wanted to do that work, and would you make that purchase because of that? Like, I just finger fucked the kilo, and it's good. I know. I rubbed it against my gums. I'm going to spend this $40,000. I don't know. I never. That's one of them things I never understood. I'd rather take a smoker, a sniffer, to try it out than me or someone is rubbing it against their teeth and tell me the quality.
Yeah, that's it right there.
Unless you got the teeth, teeth of Osiris. I don't know. This a random question, because we've never sold drugs.
We never taken it either.
Never did drugs either.
Never.
Yeah, this is not one of them podcasts where these guys telling themselves. This is not that. We just conversing. We just hanging out. You dig?
Definitely.
But yeah, that's crazy, man. They found cocaine. The feds don't know, man.
They don't know.
They found Osama bin Laden.
Yeah,
but they can't find whose bag of coke.
That's crazy, man.
I feel sorry for the maintenance guy because he's the one that's gonna get fired.
Probably.
He's a scapegoat. That's why they hired him.
It's crazy. They found the documents in Trump's house. They found the unwanted emails of Clinton. But they motherfucking can't find who dropped the coke. They can't. We can't. They don't know who blow it was.
Who blow
it was. The blow mysteries. We're gonna return on this subject another time, cause I guarantee, man,
there's gonna be more to it.
It's gonna be more to it. Somebody gonna figure it out.
Yeah.
Somebody gonna figure it out, or somebody knows. It's gonna be the cocaine. What's that shit? Cocaine gate.
Cocaine gate.
It's gonna be cocaine gate.
I think they gotta take your slogan right now, man.
Yo, speaking of wild shit going on right now, man. How you feeling about this AI shit? We spoke about it earlier a little bit. We didn't go into details because my man put me on to some AI program that we're using to fix sound in our podcast. But how you feel about this artificial intelligence thing?
I like it, man. To some extent.
Yeah.
I've been able to do some really great things with it. As far as like research, ChatGPT, I'll be talking to it like it's my homie.
do you actually put in commands or are you typing them in?
I type them in. I type in my questions.
Okay.
I don't know.
I think GPT is dope. I'm not gonna lie to you. The reason why I think it's dope because it saves a lot of time. A lot of the standard shit on any subject is there. You know, so you would if you wanna make a proposal, you used to have to pay someone to do the proposal. Now you could just go to Chat GPT, put in some couple of commands, and voila, you got it.
You got it. Out it comes.
And I'm going to say how I will use Chat GPT also. If you want to pay somebody to do something for you, and they're charging whatever they're charging, and when they give you the product, I will check Chat GPT because I know a lot of these people are doing that. And if your shit matches Chat GPT in any form or fashion, I'm fucking you up. Fuck that business shit.
Yo, but you know what's the craziest? That they have layers to it. You can get a whole book written for you by ChatGPT and then take it to another program and that takes the words from the ChatGPT and makes it sound less AI. So it'll reformulate whatever ChatGPT gave it to you. So this way, if someone runs it through a checker, they can't tell where it was created from. It seems authentic. You know what I mean?
How you feel about where AI is going, Rod?
No, I don't really mess with the AI stuff. I don't really mess with the computer stuff. You lucky you got me on here, boy.
Facts.
But yeah, definitely. Like that AI stuff, I already know. I got a couple people that's into that computer stuff, computer geeky things. They showed me stuff way before this AI thing was happening. Before, I'm talking like the geeky people to where the first computer was made geeky. People to where they done been put me onto this AI to where you gotta be careful with it, bro. You definitely gotta be careful with it. So I don't really mess with it too much. You know, to do anything in personal life, but you know, I don't even like ordering online, man. That's crazy. It's crazy, like, you know. But the AI is really doing stuff to make things easy for people.
Yeah, it makes it a lot easier, man. I use it to write descriptions for products and for, you know, some of my business proposals. Yeah. And it saves a lot of time. Something that would have took a week, you can do it in 2 hours.
Yeah. That'll be something good for you. But
you know what's crazy about AI to me? Like the pictures. Like I done seen pictures that I thought was like real. I'm not gonna lie to you. I saw there's a dude who had. If you ever seen this picture on Instagram, it's a picture of like nuns, like skateboarding or something.
Yeah.
And it looked so real. I thought it was a real picture. And then like I like did some research. I forgot how I found out, but that shit was fake.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's like it's the surrealism is like there is it's hard to distinguish.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, man, it's crazy because they could make fake images of anyone. They can make. They have voiceovers now that people could sound like anybody. Deep fakes. That's what you be looking at sometimes. They call them deep fakes.
It's crazy. Like this. You know what's funny? I'm gonna give you an example. What we talking about deep fakes. One day somebody was calling me from a fake phone number.
Yeah.
It was my man's number though. It was my man's number, but it's another person making a call.
That's crazy.
That's to me that's like this shit is going. You know, people are going to be. I could see people being accused of crimes that they didn't do. I could see like people like just even with the Jim Jones and Pusha T beef. Mm-hmm. The Pusha T response was done with AI.
Yeah, it's
and
crazy too.
That's crazy, and no lie to you, I liked it.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad.
So like, it's like how are we going to be able to distinguish between like the real and fake? You know, it's going to be, you know, I feel that way about humans. Like you can't tell now the difference between a man or a woman.
Wow.
You know, I'm not gonna say like everyone is like that, but like a lot of people can't. Is you know,
especially with the makeup.
Some people
pardon me.
Can't distinguish between them. Well, some of them are very well made up. It's difficult to see the difference. They have all these operations out there.
That's a fact, and here's the even deeper part. Like, my theory is the majority of the world is on drugs, or at least America is on drugs. And like, imagine like the distortion of what of knowing what's real and what's fake. It becomes kind of hard, especially when you under the influence. You know, so it's crazy, man. Like this AI shit. A lot of people gonna lose a lot of their jobs too.
Yeah, in the next few months and years, tons of people are gonna be unemployed
right now.
That's a fact. You gave me the program, Adobe AI, voice enhancer.
Yeah, audio enhancer.
Audio enhancer. And I done fixed like 3 videos with that shit. Like, don't lie to you. Yeah. The only thing that I don't like about that particular program is the fact that it only take a half an hour at a time. So you got to do it in pieces of half an hour.
Yeah.
So that's the only shortcoming of that. But it makes some. If our microphones ain't even now, I could put that shit through that. Oh, pardon me. I could put it through that program, and all the levels would be perfect on all of our mics equally. Like
we was right up on them, like yo talking.
That's a fact. That's a fact. So AI audio enhancer with Adobe. Check that out if you're into any audio thing. If you're making music or whatever, check that out. But that AI shit, man, it is the beginning of like some next shit. I'm not gonna lie to you. I could see the AI going left at some point. I could definitely see some Terminator 2 shit happening. Because they got the police. AI police. Yep. It's crazy. Dogs running around.
The thought police.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. It's gonna be Demolition Man or something, man. It's gonna be crazy. And they're gonna have to be Wesley Snipes out
there.
Well,
they already have that shit. Elon Musk got the Neuralink, where they put that shit in your brain and they can read your thoughts and shit.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And so what? Remember, my thing is, if they can read your thoughts, then they can implant thoughts as well.
Exactly. That's how you.
And that's a fact.
Make an army.
Elon Musk Neuralink.
Of course.
Watch out.
course.
That's a fact.
We all experiment around here.
That's a fact. It's crazy. I definitely, and not to go into no deep shit, but I definitely see that a lot of these theories don't be theories. I mean, conspiracy theories don't be conspiracies. It be truth. It be truth. They told us 30 years ago, 40 years ago, there was no aliens.
Yeah, now there's aliens today.
Crashing in Florida. Know what I mean? Like, that's on regular news.
That's regular news.
That's on regular news. I'm not even talking about some crazy shit. That was on regular news about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. It used to be on some
Like
real
crash in Florida.
Yeah, it was like some crash in like Florida, some shit like that. She was in the backyard. The people were like, they got video. They talking like it's crazy.
I missed that. I did see that a general from the Pentagon said that there was a mothership floating in our solar system.
The Anunnaki,
yeah,
the Anunnaki,
the
Anunnaki coming back. The Nephilim, the Nephilim.
The reptilians.
That's it.
You dig the Greys?
Reptilian overlords.
The Greys. The Greys is coming.
That's it.
But yeah, man, it's you know, so they've been lying to us. So you don't know what the truth is and what is false. So again, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share our content. We need y'all
Yes.
to pop this shit off.
Chill
man.
with us.
You chilling with S.STREET Media, the Hangout. You heard?
Hang out.
But yeah, we getting ready to close out soon. You know, I got a couple of things on this thing. Robert De Niro's grandson died of an OD. Let me repeat that again. Robert De Niro's grandson died of an OD. His name was Leandro De Niro Rodriguez. You know my man De Niro like to fuck with the sisters and chiquitas, the
Yo.
chicas.
Robert De Niro and Al Pacino have been competing for who's the oldest man to get a woman pregnant.
Yo.
They
That's a
both
fact, though.
recently
Just had
impregnated women, and they're both in their 80s, man.
And his is the latest one is a beautiful Asian woman. I'm being politically correct. Yeah, he just had one. I don't want to go into no stuff because it ain't that, but just the fact that she is Asian. That's a fact. But yeah, not my type though. Not because she's Asian, but he's been Robert De Niro's been connected allegedly to Naomi Campbell when she was a young thing.
Yeah.
Before Michael Jackson kept her in the closet. Robert De Niro was shabang bang pow pow pooey bang bang Bigelow in that. You heard? But they've been known. They definitely been killing the minority.
All the minority descent.
Yeah, they definitely been doing what they do. But his back on some serious shit. His grandson Leandro De Niro Rodriguez, 19 years old. He acted in a couple of films. A girl was arrested for selling him fentanyl Xanax lace pills.
Wow.
She goes by the name of the Percocet Princess.
Percocet.
The Percocet Princess. She looked like Johnny Depp and Edward Scissorhands.
Yo, she was
I didn't
almost
see her.
Yeah, wait till you. I wish I'm not
was-
nice
she
with the
was
computer
kind of a
yet.
goth chick.
Notice I'm not nice with the computer yet. Where I can just pop stuff up. Wait till I get my shit hooked up. You see how we hooked it up today? We looking official.
You're
now.
gonna get there. You're gonna get there.
Yeah, I'm gonna have it so we could just be like, and we could just watch it like right here like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, she looked like Edward Scissorhands. Ain't nothing princessy about her.
I guess the princess of
Yeah,
the
the
suburbs of
Percocet
the
Princess. She got charged with 3 counts of narcotics distribution. I think she's facing 20 to 25 years on each charge, something like that, give or take. I forgot what it was, but it's a number that sounds like it equals 60. Something like that. But yeah, you know, fentanyl and drugs is happening right now.
Yes.
You can find it in your local grabber, bud, cocaine, heroin, any type of pill.
Yeah.
You can find it anywhere.
It's the new GMO.
Let me just say, I should have. Let me not this. Should I?
It's in everything.
How can I put this in a way? For anybody who buys pills, you know what I mean? Because I care about y'all, and I'm going to just sidebar.
Yeah.
For anybody who buys pills, you see me. I'm gonna look directly at the cameras for this. Whoever buy pills from any type of like person outside of the true, like from the doctor or pharmacy, they put pills together. Like it's like a recipe. I'm not gonna go into it because that's not my place. But you can make Xannies at the crib, and you know I don't promote on that shit, so I'm not gonna go into no details about it. But be careful of who you copying these shits from, man, because more likely than not, they are doing this shit themselves. They are not. Back in the days, you know, niggas was getting scripts, you know what I mean, from like doctors, and like doctors was like doing dirty shit, and it was just like, nah, niggas is making these shits now, and like you think you getting a perk, and you getting like a full fentanyl pill.
That's it. The
You
last
heard?
one.
Yeah, but the crazy shit is I know people who actually, I heard that some of these people just buy the fentanyl and get high straight off fentanyl now.
Yeah, so this is what I heard from the streets. You didn't hear from me, man. This is what I heard from the streets. I heard niggas want the fentanyl.
Yeah. I heard that it's taking over the heroin market and all that shit.
I heard niggas be like, oh, he died? Let me get that.
Let me get that.
Get some.
You heard?
They got testing centers where you can take your drugs to test them for fentanyl.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I'm high. Part of me, I'm high, and I keep knocking this motherfucking microphone over. I'm not used to pause. I'm not used to like the way I got it set up is in a way that I'm not used to doing. So it's kind of in my way. But yeah, you know, it's crazy out there, man. People want the fetty. What they call it? The fetty.
The fetty.
They want the fetty.
The fetty.
It ain't the same fetty that was out there like 10 years ago. Because they had some fetty out there 10 years ago that you could buy from like different types of stores.
Yeah.
And they like it was like cut. It was like cut. Like you getting some cut for like something. Like you know, back in the days, niggas was using speed and everything
to stretch the drum, make it better.
You know what I mean?
Stretch it out.
It's other cut things that you use. We don't teach that stuff here. Nope. You're not gonna use our podcast to learn how to become chemists, street chemists. You're not gonna become Breaking Bad off of us. You know,
we're gonna put that on the Patreon channel.
Yeah. You gotta catch our other show.
The other show, the one you gotta pay for.
You got that one course. That one course. But yeah, man. Real quick before we close out, man. Sauce Walker got a new song out with Conway called "Dangerous Davenger."
Mm-hmm.
Fire.
Yeah. That was fire. He walked on that.
That nigga Sauce Walker walked on that shit, man.
Yeah.
One of my best songs right now. I feel is one of the best songs out right now. Son is from Texas. He's doing his thing. He lived up to his name. He walked on that shit. Conway got busy too. Shout out to Conway
definitely.
too. That's a Conway too. But Sauce Walker walked on that. How y'all feel about the song? We all listened to it today. How y'all feel about that?
I'm a big fan of Conway, and I gotta say, Sauce Walker, you know, did his thing, man.
Definitely.
He did his thing. I think he might have had the better verse on that.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Some of y'all might be mad at me. You know what I mean? But we, here we keep it all the way live, man. I think Sauce kind of got the upper hand.
That's like the Benny the Butcher and the J. Cole track. J. Cole walks all over that. But this time it was Conway getting walked all over by Sauce Walker. But no, don't get me wrong. I love Benny the Butcher. I love Conway. They're official. I listen to their music all the time. But yeah,
we have. Let me say this. We're grown men. We have opinions.
It's the craft.
We have opinions. We have opinions, and yes, I think Sauce Walker walked over that shit crazier than Conway did. Did Conway say some ill shit? Yes, he did. But did Sauce Walker say some ill shit? Yes, he did. Check that song out. Also, we didn't really. I think we listened to one of his songs. I think Rod might have heard one of his songs. My man Cosmo, the Criminal Guard. You know Cosmo. He got a song called Problem Child, and he got a song called Today's Math. Both of them songs is my shit. He's the God. He's really representing, like the nation with the rhymes. I like how he's doing it. He's representing Jamaica, Queens. Fire.
That was the dude walking with all the 5% behind him walking down the street, something like that.
No, that's the Muslim dude I think you're talking about. This is a dude that he be like, what's today's mathematics, God? And he be like, he smacked the nigga. He like the dude was eating pork.
Oh,
nigga,
I saw that one.
Niggas ain't eating pork now.
Yeah, I see that one.
And real quick, so make sure you check out them two artists. Sauce Walker, he got some shit. Go on YouTube, tap in with him. I just did in detail. His shit is fire. Cosmo, the Criminal Guard, Problem Child video, Today's Math video. Check it out. Also, we got the Summer Jam event coming up July 29th.
Yes.
Make sure you tap in with that. It's going to be a movie for sure. The Algorithm next Saturday, July 22nd, is going down.
Yes, sir.
We got a lot of, the Guard is in it. Yes. My man Made for Kings is going to be involved. Hopefully, we should, matter of fact, PS3 should be in Summer Jam. And Solely need to be in Summer Jam.
Yeah, they do need to be.
Yeah, so let's get that to happen. But we got the Algorithm happening. If you don't know what the Algorithm is where art and music meets media. Our byline is, this is not a showcase. It's where we bring people of all creative forms and fashion under one umbrella and have media and different people paying attention to what they're doing. Our goal is to go viral. And so far, this is our third one. This one is called The Art of Intelligence. The Art of The Art of Official Intelligence. Yes, it's a play on AI.
Yes.
The Art of Official Intelligence. It's going to be happening. It's going to be crazy. I got Kalia Clark hosting. I got Kerry Singleton hosting.
Shout out.
It's going to be a movie. Shout out to my S.STREET Media family. Also, we got the Under One Umbrella concert August 10th. We got the Williamsburg Day Barbecue on the Williamsburg Day Barbecue is on August 19th. And then that's basically it for now. We also have a Spanish event that's happening on August 24th, happening at EVOL, EVOL. You already know what we're going to be doing, man. We're going to have the chicas and the mujeres.
La chica and the mujeres.
You are suave. Suave.
Hello.
What's my man Hector Lavoe? Nele. Yeah. So, I'm Mathematics.
I'm Rod, Get Fed Records.
Mr. 13, Made for Kings.
And you are checking out the Hangout. We are out of here. Make sure you check out the first episode. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you share our content. Make sure you comment. Peace.
Peace.